Hey, what's up, man? Oh, uh-huh. Ooh. Yo. Ah, yo. What is up? What is up? Time to do the cardio. Half to 10% body fat. We started around 300 pounds, got leaner. I did have surgery, but yeah. How are you? Who's ever in the chat? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yo. What's up, guys? Half to 10% body fat. What's up, guys? How are you? So, still not crazy lean, but this is what we're looking like, right? Trying to get to 10% body fat for those of you that care. I am a trainer, had surgery, had to take some time off, had some injuries, but definitely getting leaner. Can you guys tell? I am definitely getting leaner. You see from the side, the leanness coming in. So, the goal is to get to 10% body fat. So, I wrote my own plan and it seems to be working. So, with the right lighting, it looks pretty good. Just doing a little bit of cardio today. Body's still tired. So remember, guys, when you're getting lean, listen to your body. Most of the work from getting lean comes from the diet. Right. Yo, guys, in case you're wondering, we're on a 15 degrees incline. And I'm really stretching my feet and I squeeze my glutes and quads when I walk. Um, road to 10% body fat. If you go back a couple minutes, I stood out over there. We're looking decent under certain lighting. So under the right lighting, we get a pump. We're getting leaner, slowly but surely. So, huh. Definitely working on getting leaner this year, guys. Got lots of tricks and tips. So, as a coach, if you want to get leaner, this is your chance to talk to me, lose some body fat, right? If you can lose some body fat, If you need help on that, just give me some thumbs ups. All right, here you go, guys. So I am a coach as well. I am a personal trainer. Play poker, life insurance license, personal trainer. Just kind of an entrepreneur. I got a lot of stuff. If you make yourself useful, you can make money. But I'm a strength and conditioning coach. Had surgery, coming back training. But I'm trying to get to 10% body fat, and I will get there. And in this chat, I'd like to know, what are your goals? So I posted the questions down there. There's 3 of them. Very simple. Would you rather get leaner, right? Build muscle, or get stronger? Please answer the poll down below. Okay. So working on getting to 10% body fat this year. That is the goal. Slow this down to almost nothing. You can use a treadmill as a good stretcher if you do it right. People just aren't creative anymore. I tell people to do these, and they look at me like I'm crazy. You do those. You know, I mean, you got to remember, I'm on a 15 degrees incline. So, you know, to me, it's all about squeezing the muscles in the legs and doing internal and external rotation, right? And then here in a bit, my goal is to tell, what's a glitter? Do you mean a glutton? John, hey babe, my finger still stinks from last night. Well, Mike Jones, I think maybe maybe there we go. Build muscle. Who wants to build muscle? Down below. Who wants to build muscle? Let me know. Get a pen and paper. I'll teach you. That's what I'm doing live. I'm a trainer. I got injured, so I'm now getting down to 10% body fat. I have a back injury, an SI cracked joint, so rehabilitating it. So I'm doing what my physical therapist said. But while we do that, I figure, hey, just get lean. So, all right, I am a trainer. Whoever said that their vote is to build muscle, down in the chat, let me know. Okay. You said your goal is to build muscle. Very cool. Very cool. So, what are you doing right now? Put your height, your weight, and what your routine and what your diet's like, and we'll go over it. Get you a pen and paper. So right now for me, this is kind of where I am at. I am trying to get to 10% body fat. So as you can see, nothing crazy, but don't forget, getting lean is a little bit tricky, right? Especially when you're natural, right? So see right here. So this is kind of where we're at. Nothing crazy, right? Just a normal guy, nothing nuts. But as you can see, I am just trying to get the 10% body fat, right? So at my peak conditioning, I was about 300, right? So I'm I'm basically here to teach you guys how to lose body fat and get lean. So if you want to build muscle, I can teach you that too. But you need to answer those questions. If you truly want to build muscle, then answer those questions in the chat and I'll teach you. You'll be amazed at what the human body can do. Like, you really will be amazed at what the human body can do if you really, really, really try. But it's not easy, you know. It's not easy. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Guys, I am looking at the chat. Nobody. Nobody. What's up, nobody? Welcome, everyone. Yes. What's up, nobody? Thank you for the thumbs ups. Yeah, we're trying to get down to 10% body fat. So slowly but surely, we are getting to 10% body fat. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. So starting to get a little bit more veiny here and there. Slowly but surely. Uh, so hello, host. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the chat. Oh, so basically, we're back at the cardio. And again, we're road to 10% body fat. That's kind of the goal this year. No, 2%, 10, 10%, 2%. Hell no. I want to get down to 10%. Yeah. Definitely not 2%, Bubba. 2% body fat is, I don't think you can do that without steroids. For me, getting to 10% and being natural, yeah, 10%. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so guys, who's ever in the chat, right? If you want to get leaner or you want to build muscle, get a pen and paper, but the first person to tell me their height, their weight, what they're eating typically in a day, right? I'll write you a program, right? Yeah, I think 2%. Uh, so like for me, I think I can get to 10%. So yeah, the first person in the chat, first person in the chat, all right? So basically, the first person in the chat who puts their height, their weight, what they're eating, and their current workout routine, I will give you a personalized training plan on this chat. Just invite some people in, right? Just invite some people in, and I will give you, if we can get at least like 5 people in the room, once we get 5 people in the room, I will write you a program. So start inviting, saying, hey, there's a trainer willing to do that, right? So I think that's fair, right? Because losing body fat is tricky, man. It's not easy to lose body. I mean, it's actually not complicated. I would say losing body fat is simple, right? Losing body fat is simple, but hard to execute consistently. Would you rather get leaner? See, everybody wants to get leaner, and that's what I specialize in. So, do you really want to get leaner? I will teach you. But all right, nobody. 185 centimeters, 115 kilogram male. Mandarins, bananas, canned fish, 10 kilograms. Okay. Are you doing any resistance training or calisthenics or any planks, hanging from a branch, hanging from a pull-up bar, holding yourself up? Okay, at dinner time, I eat lots of random stuff. Yeah, cut out the random stuff. Don't do random stuff. Or if you're going to eat random stuff and you want to get leaner, take the amount of random stuff that you're eating and cut it in half. Does that make sense? So the random stuff that you're eating, keep eating it, but remove one item, preferably something that's like a bread, and try to stick more towards some protein and watch out for the fats because proteins are great, but watch out for the proteins that are covered with oil and slathered, right? What you want to do is get a lean piece of protein and the fat come from some sauce, right? And do that over white rice, which is a real clean carb. That's the best way to stay lean. That makes sense? Yeah. It's about getting in a calorie deficit, right? So, no, so here's the thing. On your walks, nobody. How old are you? How old are you, nobody? Uh-huh. Cool. Yeah, I'm a certified professional trainer in the Navy. My job, like as a assistant fitness leader, was to take people and then get them to lose body fat. So when they retire, they were eligible for their pension. Make sense? You're 45? Okay, cool. So also, yeah, that's cool, right? It's called Navy ACFL. Nobody. Yep. So nobody. So keep the walking, but start adding movements to your walk. Like for example, right? So watch me. I'm on a 15% incline. So walking is great, right? So cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So one thing, instead of just walking, get on a hill and start like walking backwards. See, I'm on the treadmill, right? Walk backwards, put it on an incline, and you see how I'm doing side steps and I'm kind of just doing this. Just come in here to the treadmill and do like the four corners. I call it the four corners on an incline, right? And do a four corners on an incline. Makes sense? Or take that same concept, right? Take that same concept up a hill, go straight, side to side, backwards, side to side. Yep, that's it. So I know it sounds really basic, but just the fact that you're going sideways and you're working internal and external rotation of the hips and kind of bending, and you're walking backwards, which is good for your patella tendons, right? That is why that is so effective. In addition, start hanging, right? So I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean when I say hang. Find yourself a spot over here. I'm at one of the local gyms over here where they have some trainers. I check my weight. Let me check my weight right quick. Let's see what we're weighing. 228. So I weigh 228. 228 pounds is what I weigh. So well, let me show you. Right. Right. What you want to do, right, is this. All right, my friend who's in the chat, you want to start adding this to your routine, right? Just hanging and then lifting your legs and kind of squeezing your ass cheeks, right? And then kind of like twisting, right? Get used to kind of like letting your scapulus hang down. And yeah, you can do pull-ups if you want, and pull-ups are cool and you can go explosive, right? But what I recommend is instead of doing the explosive pull-ups, start off by just learning to hang. Literally just hang on the bar. When you hang on the bar, you're going to stretch your shoulders and do some stuff. And if you have to, you could take like a rubber band like one of these. So you could take one of these rubber bands, right? And you could loop it and kind of help you, but preferably just hang. It's going to decompress your spine. It's going to do all sorts of good stuff, right? Another thing, someone like me, I have scoliosis and my back is really, really bad. So I've spent most of my life having to train just to not be in pain. So if I don't train, my back is crooked. So if I don't train, I'm in excruciating pain. So it's kind of a curse. It sucks, but it is what it is, right? We all have the shit we have to do in life, right? So this is good. This is really good for rehabilitation. This is I think it was Louis Simmons from West Side Barbell. He invented this. This is a reverse hyper. Reverse hypers are pretty cool. Yeah, by the way, thumbs up if you're enjoying it. My name is Chris. In the Navy, I was an ACFL, and I worked with a physical therapist for like 3 years before I decided to become a personal trainer. And just to be fair, my focus was on rehabilitation because I have scoliosis and I've had lots of injuries. I used to be 300 pounds. Now I'm like 228. So essentially, just kind of showing some cool stuff. Right. So this, we got this right here. This was invented by Louis Simmons, West Side Barbell. Really good machine. What you do is you can just kind of hang on it, and there's a strap on the bottom, and you lift your legs up, and what it does is it works on spinal decompression, and you can add load. This You can also do this and go side to side. Now, me, I have scoliosis now because my back is always twisted. I have to stretch every day, right? Now, this machine, when you angle it down and you rotate side to side, it actually helps to reset your lower back. Oh, and I just clicked. So now my hips are back in line, which means now I have less pain. It's really cool. What do you think about it? Really good piece. Anyways, what do we got? Uh, okay. True Christian cowboy. Whoa. Yeah. So that was my specialty in the Navy was getting people to lose weight. Okay. I can help you with that. Easy day. Um, so I am trying to get to 10% body fat. And I used to be 300 pounds. So I've lost 80 pounds, right? So I'll tell you some what I call some lean body habits, right? So first thing, start counting calories somehow or counting something. Whatever you're eating, figure out the amount that you're eating and reduce that. So you're 278 pounds. Okay, cool. How tall are you? You're a big boy there, Bubba. You're a big boy there, Bubba. Okay, I feel you. All right. So, all right. So how tall are you? Just so you know, my job in the Navy was to take people when they're out of standard, right? Was to take them and get them within body tape regulations. And by doing so, I was able to allow them to get their pension. So they come to me and I'm like an ACFL. So I've trained like 687 people in my life. I'm not saying that arrogantly. It's just that's what I did as a collateral duty in the Navy. Oh, sweet. I used to be like 300 and I'm 6'4". So right now I'm 228 and I don't look the best right now. And it's because I'm losing slightly a lot of fluid, but I'm just cutting. So essentially I'm just getting leaner. So essentially, oh, so you want to join the Army National Guard? Okay, how old are you? I was in the Navy for 10 years. Okay, so I can definitely help you with that. At least like it's not the National Guard, but it's the military. So it's the Department of Defense, and they're really all the same as far as structure. They do different jobs, but they're all the same. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't think so, but they are. Okay, cool. All right. All right, cowboy. Well, the first thing I would do is I'd say focus on your conditioning and your endurance. Uh, don't try to put on a bunch of useless weight. Get as light as possible so you can move. be light and strong as possible. It's the best thing I can tell you. I mean, if you're going to be big, you better be strong. But no matter which way you slice it, you're going to have to run. So the lighter you are, the easier running is. So just suck it up and train like an athlete and train like a lean fitness model. Get really conditioned and able to move your body and master calisthenics, right? That's what I would say. Like, how many pull-ups can you do? Right? How many pull-ups can you do? How many pull-ups can you do, Cowboy? Good. Okay, good. So is that from a dead hang? Hey, is that from a dead hang? Like when I mean dead hang, I mean like this. Is that like this? Like one, two, one, two, touch. One, two. Is it kind of like that? Like a 2 second dead hang? Because remember, okay, cool. So make sure it's like a dead hang. Okay, cool. Because if you're just gonna do like pump, 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 that won't qualify. So you actually have to do it from a dead hang, right? Does that make sense? Nice. Okay, sweet. So you're in shape. Damn, if you're 278 pounds and you're doing that many pull-ups, I mean that's pretty impressive. I don't know too many people who are that big who can do that many pull-ups. To me, that sounds like some bullshit. Because if so, you're an elite athlete and you should be playing college football somewhere. To be 6'2", 278, and be able to knock out 10 dead hang pull-ups, that's very uncommon. Typically, people at 6'2" are going to weigh like 180 to 205 pounds. Yeah, but you don't have to do planks to get good at them. You just have to have a strong core. Yeah. Yeah, if you can do pull-ups and planks and that, yeah, and just yeah, exactly. Hold yourself in planks. The only thing too is maybe hold yourself in a dip position, right? Just get used to holding your, what you need to do is get used to climbing and calisthenics and then running and get as lean as possible. That's what you need to do, right? Like this is where I'm at right now. I'm not exactly super lean, but I'm trying to get to 10%, right? So, and I'm 40. So I'm 40 years old, man. So I'm a little older than you. So, and I've injured and had surgery. So I'm in the midst of a cut. So right now, I know I'm not going to look at my peak. I'm trying to get lean. And then once I get lean enough, then I'm going to build muscle. See what I mean? So it's just kind of like when you're a natural athlete, it's just part of the journey. And I was 300 pounds at my peak, right? See this gym over here? Look at all this cool stuff we have. This is the Apex gym over here, by the way. Shout out to Fitness Inferno down in Gray, Georgia. So it's really good. They got a mono lift over here. Just a sick ass gym. Anyways, would you rather get leaner? Yeah. So at the end of the day, getting leaner is calories in versus calories out. And I recommend, I know it sounds crazy. I tell people to get used to eating a bagel with an egg on it and some low fat cheese and eat them like take a Dave's Killer bread, a good solid, no GMO, really good quality bagel, right? Cut it in half and then put like turkey sausage and then like chicken sausage and egg and low fat cheese. Yep. And eat that. And then sprinkle in some fruit and maybe some honey for pre-workout, some water and salt, some lemon, eat some veg, smoothies, and you'll be surprised how you can get lean training like that. And then, like for me, I'm feeling dead right now because I went way too low calorie and then kind of like was like, fuck, kind of, I think I went. I was doing a lot of cardio with low calories and stuff, and my body's just not used to it because I'm coming down from so much weight, and I'm having to reteach my body to like want to stay lean. You know what I mean? So, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Beef always gives me energy. However, I am making sure beef is way better for building muscle and staying athletic. But remember, my goal is just to get lean. I'm trying to get lean, then I'm going to play at that point. And um, beef, egg, chicken, those are great sources. And yeah, so yeah, you can eat beef, but just remember, beef is going to have more calories in it typically. So if you eat like turkey and chicken, you can eat more volume of food with less calories. Remember, the whole name of the game is to get in less calories. So it's like if you're going to drink a sports drink, get one with 0 calories. If you're going to drink milk, don't get whole milk, get like almond milk or coconut milk. Just put less calories into your system and then maintain as much strength as you can, preferably like for full body movements like planks, push-ups, pull-ups, planks, all that stuff. And then some resistance training in between that. And also do low pace cardio. And then when you mix all that together, you can essentially get as lean as you want to. It's pretty much that simple. Right? You ain't got to go crazy. Like my back is really sore because I went through, I did a bunch of lower body work yesterday. But one of the things I like to do is something like this, right? Because I'm always trying to work on my core. Like, actually, my back is really killing me. Okay, I've gone way, I think I've gone way too low in calories because my energy is like dead, but it is what it is. I'll probably have to throw in a cheat day. Yeah, the thing is, I've been kind of testing like how much I can eat. And you know, every time I get lean, I get so weak. So it's kind of how it is. But I think that I think that the body will get used to it, essentially. High five. Ha ha ha. I think the body typically gets used to it. I do. All the champions on the wall. All the champions. See, like right here, nothing crazy, right? But see, like this is, I don't have a crazy tan or anything, but you can definitely see. Where is it? Cool. Yeah, keep learning. Absolutely. A Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad. There you go. So you look right here, like for me, you can see getting there. So I'm not shredded by any means, but from where I started, I am so much leaner. Like, uh, I've lost some weight and I've probably gone a little too low calorie because I feel like I'm in a dead zone. But oh, but it's been extremely effective in getting lean, right? But I'm also getting weaker. So, right. But the weaker that I get, the leaner that I start to feel. So, but I'm not super lean, I don't think. Oh, there we go. Pop. Ooh, did you hear that on camera? Can you put out in the chat below? Did you hear that crack? Did you hear that pop? Because I felt it like crazy. Oh, did you hear that pop? Ha ha ha. Crack. How to get leaner. Yep. It's always how to get leaner. Popped. Did you hear that pop? Did you hear it? Yes or no? Did you? Did you hear it popped? Because I heard it. It went, oh, that was epic. Yeah. Like I said, I have scoliosis, so I have a really bad lower back pain. That's crazy, right? And I had like a really heavy deadlift. I had like almost an 800 pound. It was like a 720. I say 800. It's like 705. Like a 700 pound deadlift, right? And basically, I really hurt my back, and now I stretch it all day, and I'm always in pain. So we're getting through it though. But we are getting to 10% body fat. I don't care. So yeah, yeah. I'm also dehydrated right now, as you can tell. I'm super, super dehydrated. I can see it in my face. Gotta stay hydrated. All right. Yeah. And then we do sauna after this, after I walk for a bit. I'm gonna pop it up a little bit higher now. Go a little faster just to get the blood flowing. But actually no. See, I still think going slow and controlled and contracting the muscles works better. Yep, it works great. Yep. However, if you just drink water, your body looks a little different. So I'm testing how my body looks with just water. And then because I'm so dehydrated, I have amino acids in my bag. I have all of that. See? Oh, fudge nuggets. So I'm seeing how my body looks with just water. Right. But here in a second, I actually plan to use this right here, which is my EAA. No, I don't use BCA. No, 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 no. I use EAA. I use essential amino acids. Similar, but I believe, yes, essentials, BCAs are okay. And the fact that you're putting into sodium and magnesium, that's probably the most important thing. However, I think essential amino acids, I think the essential amino acids in a calorie deficit, because I am in an extreme calorie deficit, I think that's more effective than BCAs. Yeah. Because BCAs, in case you don't know, right? BCAs have the three leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Essentials have more. It has all the essential amino acids, right? So if you think about it, if you only have three and leucine, but you don't have all of them, they're gonna not be able to repair. So essential amino acids kind of are like those paired together in high ratios are what peptides are. Come over here. Yeah, get to EAA. Yeah. At the end of the day, does it really make a big difference? I don't know. I think if you're gonna already invest in it and it's at the same price point, I would go with it. But I would say always go with food first, man. Food wins all day. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so here's the thing with creatine, right? And I am super low calorie and depleted, so if I were, I think I need to like, I'm still gonna get through this fat burn phase, but I'm really suffering on this deficit, so I'm really weak, but that's intentional. It sounds crappy, but it is. I'm gonna bump the food up. Um, I'm gonna get leaner first before I do that. So with creatine, you have creatine monohydrates mostly studied, right? Okay. Typically, you're going to read and say, hey, have a loading phase, take 5 grams, sustain it. Listen, if you are eating a lot of food, that's one thing. But are you going to be in a deficit? Do you know nobody? Are you going to be eating less food or a lot of food? So are you going to be in a deficit or are you going to be in a surplus? Okay. Seriously, that's a question to you. Are you going to be in a deficit or a surplus? Because if you're going to be in a deficit and you're not going to eat a lot of food, I would take 10 grams daily and chug water like crazy, right? And then the carbohydrates that you choose, make sure they're complex. So what you're going to do, okay, so what you're going to do is start taking 10 grams daily and even up to 20 for the first 3 days, but reduce all processed carbs except for fruit, right? Some fruit and veg, no juices, no milks, fruits, veg, some whole grains, oats, white rice. And then, see, when you're in a deficit, you're going to need energy from something. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the creatine as a phosphate energy source to create ATP. ATP, adenine triphosphate. Right, so creatine helps you do that. So it helps you stay strong as you're basically eating less and starving yourself. And that's what you have to do to get lean. And it sucks. And once you get lean, and you get your body used to it, then start building muscle, right? Unless you're an athlete and you need to be big and large, but some people want to be leaner, this and that. Now, you could also eat a lot and train your ass off and be leaner from performance, but the older you get, the harder that is to maintain, right? So I'm looking for something that's easy, which is like stretching to look lean and athletic and look good because I'm 40, right? Or almost 40, right? What you would want to do, hang from a pull-up bar, do planks, do stretches, and then strength training, do full body workouts. Focus on slow and controls, focus on explosive, though about hold poses, stretching, bike ride, right? Okay. Well, well, nobody, if you want, you can hire me as a trainer if you want to. And I can like, I was actually, yeah, hanging for sure. Now, if you start hanging and it hurts your shoulders, stop or put something underneath you. Oh shit. He said the only thing I stretch is the truth. There you go. Well, I'll show you what I do because I'm like suffering right now in this deficit. Yeah. Oh, I've gotten so weak. Oh yeah. It's just a phase, dude. Show you what I do. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Boom. And we're back. I wonder if that'll happen again. Maybe not if we wedge it like that. We'll see. So being in a deficit and getting lean absolutely sucks. But this is what I am doing. I'm very sore today. I've been doing a bunch of full body workouts. So today I'd like to come in on when I'm in a deficit, I'm sore. And what I do is I come in here and I work on my lower back because I'm got scoliosis and some lower back injuries, a cracked SI joint. Years of heavy deadlifting really, God dang it. Ugh. Years of heavy deadlifting really got my lower back. So what it is. So let's see. Maybe we can pop this sucker here. Yeah, still there. Yeah, yeah, I'll show you something cool. Check this out. So I use this machine right here for a stretch device. That's cool. That's fine. I grew up on a farm, and yeah, you can uh you can do that, but at the same time, everybody has different goals. So, you know, there's a reason you don't see a lot of lean, shredded people. Keep that in mind. But once I get as lean as I want to get, I'm going to build my strength. Right. But I'm going to get to 10% body fat no matter which way you slice it. Ah, ah. So, ah, train for your goal. Yeah, if you have to physically be strong, then do that. That's what they make guns for. And I'm really fast. So, sure. I agree with you. I think strength is much more valuable. Trust me, I plan to build my strength back. But in the meantime, while there's peace, I'm going to get lean. Trust me. By the time I'm done with the program, I will be lean and strong. But this is going to be phases. First phase, get lean. Second phase, build strength. Yeah. To each their own, Poppy. Yep, that's fine. That's cool. So the thing is, getting lean. I've got this company I launched called Lean Body Habits, and the sole purpose of it is a community that teaches you lean body habits. And look, you can actually get really strong and stay lean. The main reason that I lost a lot of strength because I used to power lift at one point. I had a really good deadlift. Uh, my back gave out because I'm scoliotic and my basically torched my back and got injured. So because I am unable to train heavy, I decided to get as lean as possible. So both are tough in their own ways. It's hard to stay lean and be natural, but being big and strong is fun too. So this is a really good one for your hip flexor. Ah, yeah, yeah. Jaw, jaw, jaw. Yeah. I mean, you gotta remember, I am like 230 pounds, right? It's not like if I were to, for 2 or 3 days, if I were to binge eat, I would have all my strength back. Trust me. Right. But it takes a lot of strength too to be able to push yourself through a deficit and actually like be in a deficit. It's just different, right? If you've truly never forced yourself to be in a deficit and train, it's different, right? Like these days when I come in and I'm sore, it is all about mobility. So now for the guys who are voting how to get stronger, you know, strength is neurological. So if you want to get stronger, you can lift lightweight really fast. If you lift lightweight really fast, lifting lightweight really fast and doing 1 reps from time to time, more frequent but less volume. That trains your nervous system, right? So this is kind of what we is dealing with. Still, if I throdded some carbs in my system, I'd be very curious how it'd look if I flooded my system with some carbs. But so, you know, we're getting there. It's not about performance at this point. It's only about getting leaner. The whole thing is to get leaner. That is the whole goal right here, right? So when you see it's right through here, you can see like from the side a little bit through here and like from the back. Like it's an experiment to see if I can get lean, right? So the performance, I mean, there's a lot to be said to keeping your performance, but for me, my performance has gone down so dramatically on my cut that I know that there's not as much muscle tone. However, that's not my goal. My goal is not to maintain muscle tone. I mean, it is, but my goal is to cut body fat. I really have a strong feeling that if I were to start immediately introducing more food, right, I would fill out really fast and look better. But I just want to burn body fat. So I'm really just getting aerobically in, right? So, right. Nothing crazy, man. So, yeah. The crazy idea. I'm trying to keep my shoulders. My main thing is keeping my shoulders wide, right? And my arms, again, are not completely filled out. But for me, what I am trying to get is that V taper. I am trying to get that V taper to pop right through here, right? So for me, it's about maintaining that. You see the shoulders and how wide they are, right?